Welcome to Outdoor Adventures with Redbeard. I am your illustrious host, Redbeard, but my friends call me Greg. Today we are out on a nice walk out at Wagner Nature Area, located just west of Edmonton, Alberta. This area is quite nice, and I enjoy it for a number of reasons, including the fact that it is very close to my home. I could be out here in less than 10 minutes. It also has a variety of unique ecotypes. This includes fields, a mixed forest, wetland, as well as a black spruce forest. And this is all within a short 1.5 kilometer hike. It's home to a variety of different wildlife. You can find deer, moose, sometimes bear, even the occasional cougar's been found in the area. But for the most part, you'll find your small animals, your coyotes, your birds, etc. So right now I'm walking through the field area. Now the vast majority of the plants here are non-native species, things like smooth brome grass, Kentucky bluegrass, etc. It was planted initially for use for animal feed. Now it will slowly turn into a forest as the species on the edge move their way in. You'll find a variety of species out here, which include things like various asters, evening primrose, and some thistle species, as well as your non-native stuff. So here we're coming up on the transition into the mixed forest area. As you can see, it's getting a little darker. Also doesn't help that the sun sets at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon here right now. So let's keep going. Now, as much as I love being outdoors and just enjoying the area for the area, I'm also a fan of education and teaching people the history of an area as well as what they can expect. One of the nice things out here is that you'll see various signposts that will give you a description of the area, species that you'll find there, including some photos of what plants to kind of look for. That's one of the reasons that I enjoy so much coming out here with the beavers and cubs that I volunteer with. It's a nice, easy, flat hike for the kids. There's plenty for them to see, and also a lot to learn along the way. It also doesn't hurt that the trail is easy to find, so you don't have to worry about getting lost as much. Now my initial plan for today was to come out here with my snowshoes, but as you can see with the trail, it's not enough snow to warrant it. One of the downsides of where I live is, even though it can get really cold in the winter, minus 30 Celsius, minus 40 are not unheard of temperatures, we quite often don't get a lot of snow. And given that it's currently December, we've had a little bit of snow, but some warmer weather has melted most of it. So I decided to leave the snowshoes back in the car and just walk it. Part of it too is that this area is quite popular with dog walkers and hikers and people just looking to get out of the city for a little bit, especially with everything going on in the world today. This is a nice little sanctuary where you can just enjoy nature and not have to worry about viruses. It's a win-win for me. This is one of the spots the kids really love to come to. It's a fallen tree blown over from the windstorm, and the roots have come up with it, so it makes for this very nice display behind me. And the kids love to come and crawl around it, and just to give you an idea of how big it actually is. Let's keep going. Lots more to see. So here we're coming into more of the wetland area. You see a very distinct change in the cover overhead, as well as the different species that you'll find in here. One of my favorites here is what's known as Labrador tea. It's a really unique plant in that it is really easy to identify. It has bright green leaves, and the underside is covered in orange fur. So, for example, there's some there. So if we take a closer look, flip it over, and you can see the curled edges and the orange fur that's on the bottom. It was often used by the First Nations people for teas in the winter time because of its high vitamin C, which can be very difficult to get at this time of year. Now, because it's a protected area, you're not allowed to harvest any of the plants that you find out here. Now, I would highly recommend that you not eat any plants that I show you or that you cannot positively identify. As I say, all plants are edible, but sometimes just once. While everything is currently covered in snow, that area there during the warmer months is all full of water. Now what's nice in some of the wetter areas is they've built this boardwalk that goes over the deeper portions of the wetland. So here we're coming into the last ecotype that you find, which is the black spruce forest. Now, this area is quite damp throughout the year, which is one of the reasons that the spruce love to grow here. You'll also find a variety of different wetland and wet soil loving plants. So this brings me to the end of today's video. If you liked what you saw today, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll get notified when the next videos come out. Also feel free to share on your social media so others can enjoy my adventures. So for today, thank you for joining me. And so I'll say goodbye for now. Just remember, adventure's where you find it.